Are we good to go? Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? And today is Saturday, which means this is the Sabbath. And this is the I.S.U.P.K. Houston Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? Where we get back into our culture. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures does say that the Sabbath has to, we as Israelites, it's a law to observe the Sabbath and keep it holy. And that's what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. Every Saturday, every Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? We go over the scriptures. We go over the scriptures and the Torah. We all every week we read out of the Torah in the ancient Hebrew. We read it out of the Hebrew, and then we read it in the English, and we break it down. You know what I'm saying? What better way to observe the Sabbath and keep it holy than do what our ancestors used to do? And you know what I'm saying? And read the scriptures in our own language. This is our culture. You understand? The oppressor, who is the devil, the Bible speaks of, try to take this away from us. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to speak Hebrew and knowing that these scriptures pertain to us. These laws, statutes, and commandments are for the Israelites and the Israelites only, which means so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Understanding these things is a blessing. And the water Yahweh Shah for, you know what I'm saying, Commander General YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K. for giving this back to us. So us as a people, as a nation, can know our heritage, know our culture. You know what I'm saying? These laws, statutes, and commandments not only give us wisdom and understanding how to act better and live a better life, a more fuller life, but it helps us know that our relationship with the Most High Power, the Most High God, and we do what He tells us to do. So we actually do have a relationship with Him. But yeah, with that, you know what I'm saying, what we do, we're gonna get into the prayer shortly, you know what I'm saying, and then we're gonna get into the scriptures in the Hebrew and then in the English. So with that, I'm gonna call the first precept Imadium, which means to stand in the Hebrew. State your name and registry.
Yakabad ban Yahawda ban Yashala.
Yakabad ban Yahawda ban Yashala.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah.
Layashala.
Layashala. It's like, yeah, I can talk to you all. Do it. Almost hang class. Yeah, uncover the scroll. Now we're going to get into the prayers. Now turn and face to east. Sar, which means to turn.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shabbat.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Quadash.
Quadash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malaka.
Malak with Ka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratiza.
Baratiza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashamai.
Bashemayim.
Natalanu.
Natalanawa.
Call.
Lacham.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak now.
Wasalak now.
Kabawaf now.
Kabawasnawa,
Kasalakna,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawakna,
Kabawasinawa,
Wala
Wala'a,
Tabaayana,
Tabaayanawa,
Banasayawan,
Banasayawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashayana,
Hawashayanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Ra,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Wahala,
Wahala,
Wahata Para,
Hata Parath,
La'awalamyam,
La'awalamim,
Aman,
Aman. In the English, Our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
in earth as it is in heaven.
in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into
And
temptation,
lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the
and
glory,
the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. That's the power of the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashim Yahweh Shah,
Bahashim Yahushua,
Baba Kashah,
Baba Kashah,
Natalanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Akash,
Achach,
Akash,
Achach,
Larapah,
Larapa'ah,
Kal Makala,
Kal Makalah,
or Kal Marala,
Wakal Marawa,
Akash,
Achach,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarai,
Ha Matazarayim,
Akash,
Achach,
Lahakwayam,
Lahakwayam,
Hamathayam,
Hamathayam,
Akash,
Achach,
Al Rakawah,
All Rakawath,
Hamata Ma'ala,
Hata Ma'ala,
Hata Ma'ala,
Hata Ma'ala,
Lagar Shun,
Lagarashan,
Bahashim Yahweh Shah,
Bahashim
the
Yahushua,
water Aman,
the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
power to heal all manner of sickness
the power to heal all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out,
In the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahweh Shah.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahar,
Al-Haharim,
Mayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Izar,
Izariah,
Izar,
Izariah,
Mayan,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ashah,
Aisha,
Shemai,
Shemayim,
Wa'aratza,
Wa'aratza,
Ayathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Wagalka,
Ragalka,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana'ah,
Hanala'ah, Yanawam,
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 Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayishan,
Shamar, Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazoka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yah,
Al-Yad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hasha'amash,
Hashamash,
La'ayakayaka,
La'ayakayaka,
Warak,
Wayarak,
Balala'ayah,
Balayala,
Balayah,
Balayala,
Balayah,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makarai,
Makal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
off the Pasha,
Afnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar, Taza'afka,
Yashamar Taza'afka,
Wabawa Akah,
Wabawa'aka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aitha,
Wa'aid Awalam,
Wa'id Awalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills,
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills,
from whence cometh my help.
from whence cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yashala
he that keepeth Yasha'ala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Take your time, man.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Adam Yalaka,
Al Damiyalaka,
Al Dakarash,
Al Takarash,
Al Tashakwat,
wa Al Tashakwat,
Al
Al
YAHANNA,
YAHANNA,
Al YAHANNA,
Al YAHANNA,
Yahaman Yawan,
Yahama Yawan,
Wa Mashanayaka,
wa Mashanayaka,
Nasha Awa,
Nasha Awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash.
Al Taza Pamoyaka,
Oh, you had Al Amika.
Slaki, Oh Slaki, Al Amika,
Al Amika,
Yaira Yamwa,
Ya'iram Yamwa,
Sawa,
Sawad,
Waya
Wayata Ya'itazawa,
Wayata Aitazawa,
Wayata
Aitazawa,
Wayata Ya'itazawa,
All Taza Pamoyaka,
All Tazapawanyaka,
Amarawa,
Amarawa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakak Chadam,
Magawa,
Magawa,
Wala'a,
Wala'ab,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shem Yasha'ala,
Shem Yasha'ala,
Awa,
Awad,
Kaya, Nawa'atazawa,
Kaya, Nawa'itazawa,
La,
Lab,
Yakarwa,
Yakarwa,
Al Yak,
Ayaka,
Al Yaka,
Ayaka,
Barah,
Baryath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Alahaya,
Ahoya,
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 Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayah Shemayim,
Wayasha Aliyam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagari,
Wahagariam,
Babal,
Gabal,
Imawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palashah,
Palashath,
Yashabiku,
Yashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Ayman,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Laban Yalawat,
Laban Yalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadi,
Kamadian,
Kasa Asara'ah,
Kasyasara,
Kayabi,
Kayabian,
Banakol,
Banakal,
Kayashawan,
Koyashawan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayin the Ira, Ba'ayin the Ira,
Ba'ayan the Ira,
Hayawam,
Hayawa,
Dama,
Daman,
Araman,
La Arama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nadiyabwa,
Nadiyamawa,
Ka'arab,
Ka'irab,
Wakazabak,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakazabak,
Wakaza
Wakaza Lamanai,
Waka Tazal Manai,
Call Nashiyakam,
Call Nasiakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amar,
Amaru,
Nayarash,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Atha,
Ath,
Na'awa,
Na'awath,
Alahayam,
Allahayam,
Alahaya,
Allahaya,
Shayatam,
Shayatamwa,
Kagagla,
Kagagla,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapan Yellow, Yapanya Rakawa,
Lapanya Rawak,
Yapanya Warak, Ka'ayash.
Ka'ash.
Taba'ira
Ira.
Wakalabah.
Wakalaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Hari.
Haryim.
Khan.
Khan.
Tawadat.
Tharadatma.
Basa'irika.
Basa'irika.
Wabasa Wapafka.
Wabasa Wapafka.
Tabahalo.
Tabahalim.
Ma'ala.
Mala'a.
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 Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawan.
Qualawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh. Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahol.
Wayabahawa.
Eye to eye.
Eye to eye.
Wayakapal.
Wayakaparawa.
Wayaabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya. Atha.
Shimka.
Shimka. Yahweh. Labadka.
Al Yawam.
Al Yawan.
All call Haratazah.
All call Haratazah. In the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thou silence.
O power.
O power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O power.
O power.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate
have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasharahla may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Yasharahla shall be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal. And Ammon.
And
Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make them nobles like Oreb.
And like Zaed.
And like Zaed.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said.
Who has said.
Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of the power in possession.
The houses of the power in possession.
O my power.
O my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
So they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Sorry. Yeshabian, which means you may be seated. Yeah, let's get a hand for them prayers, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning of the service, you know what I'm saying? We coming back to our culture. And it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying, coming to these prayers because we cursing our enemies. We praying for the Most High to curse our enemies. You know what I'm saying? And this truth, and knowing the truth about the Bible, you not only understand who the Israelites are, but you understand that God doesn't love everybody. That the Israelites have enemies, and these other nations are our enemies, man. And you can either tell from the fact that we've been in captivity for over 400 years, or you can tell by the way they treat us in these streets, man. Just like it says in Lamentations, our steps are being hunted. You know what I'm saying? The police are killing the kids. You know what I'm saying? They raising prices on everything. We in these ghettos, barrios, and reservations, you know what I'm saying, starving and trying to find a way to pay rent and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, surviving in this captivity. You know what I'm saying? And while the oppressor, you know what I'm saying, who was Esau, the white man who's the devil the Bible speaks, so he lives lavishly. You understand? You know what I'm saying? The majority of the Edomites, the white people, they pretty much they don't have to worry about scraping enough money to pay rent. They're not living check to check. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you miss one check, and then you on the verge of being kicked out of the house. You know what I'm saying? You praying to the Most High. You doing them foxhole prayers like how am I gonna see through this one? You know what I'm saying? That's not how the way it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be in living that type of life. But we're gonna get into why we live in that type of life today. You know what I'm saying? Because we currently are on chapter 28 in the Torah. And with that, you know what I'm saying, chapter 28 is one of the most important chapters in the whole scripture. And I mean in the whole Bible. The chapter 28 goes over the curses and the blessings that we as a nation will go through or do go through for not keeping the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And these curses and blessings, this is a special thing about these curses and blessings, because these these blessings and curses define us as a nation. You know what I'm saying? There's no other group of people besides so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans that go through what it says that you will go through in this next chapter that we're about to read. So we're gonna get into it, man. It's a beautiful thing to come back to our culture, to read these prayers, to curse our enemies, to pray to the Most High, and to do what our ancestors did and read the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Conduct service. You know what I'm saying? Going over the scriptures, going over our history. So yeah, we're about to get into it. You can follow along. What we're about to be doing now is reading the Hebrew, and you can follow along if you have an iPhone or a Android. You go to the App Store, you download Bible Hub, the Bible Hub app, and then in the Bible Hub app, you click on the app. You'll click Bible. Once you click the little app, and then once you get to Bible, you pick the book, chapter, and verse, and then you click when you're at the book, chapter, and verse, you click INT, which means interlinear, and interlinear will get you into the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? It might be hard. It might be hard to know what we're reading if you're new to this, but just try to follow along, and that's the quickest way to learn the Hebrew, by getting thrown into that fire. So we're gonna begin whenever you're ready.
Come on. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wahaya, I'm Shema Waya. It's like a Shema Wa'ai.
It's like if I could.
Yep.
And with that being said, just make sure that if you're following along on the Bible Hub app, make sure that you're not reading the blue. We're actually reading the black. The black is the ancient Hebrew, the Assyrian Hebrew. That's what we're reading. The blue is Yiddish. That's the language of Amalek, our so-called oppressor, or one of our so-called oppressors. So we're not Jewish. We're Jews in here. So we read the Hebrew. It's like y'all. Go ahead. You at Shema Iowa.
Shema Iowa.
Shema Wa'ai.
Shema Wa'ai. Thashemai. But Kwawal. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Lashamor. La'ai Wash. La'ashawath. Atha. Call. Mataza with the Yawah.
You got it.
Ashar. Anaka. Anakawa. Anakawa. Anakaya.
Hold on.
Anakaya.
You had Anakia.
Anakia. Mataza. Walk. Hayawum. Wana the Naka Yahweh Alahayaka Al Yawam All
Ow.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
call
Yeah.
Kawaya Ha'arataza. Verse 2. Waba'a wa Waba'awa
Mm-hmm.
Allah it's like it. Alayaka
Mm-hmm.
call Habar Karoth
Abarak.
Habarak
Abarakawa.
Habarakawath Ha'alaya
No, not Ha'al yet.
Ha'al
Allah.
Ha'ala
Mm-hmm.
Waha it's like it.
Shayagak.
Waha Shayagath
Washayagak.
Waha Shayagak Ka it's like it. Kaya
Mm-hmm.
Bashamai Bakawal Yahweh Alahayaka. Verse 3. Barawak
Mm-hmm.
Atha Ba'ai your work Ba'ayar
Mm-hmm.
Wabarawak Atha Bashada.
And keep going. I'll keep that.
Okay. Verse 24. Barawak Paraya. Okay. Paraya. Bata Bata Nayak. It's like Bata Nak. Wap Waparaya. Ada Mathka.
Just for you.
The water. Waparaya. Bath. It's like a Bahan Thaka. Shagar. Al Payaka. Wa'ashath Rawath. Taza'a Naka. Verse 5. Barawak. Tha Na'ak. Wamash Sharaf. Wamash Sa. It's like Ramasha Rathaka.
Tripping.
The Bible out tripping.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's it.
Verse 6. Barawak. Atha. Baba Aka. Waba Rawak. Atha. Bataza Athka. Verse 27. It's like it. Verse 7. Yathan. Yahweh. Atha. Ayab Yaka. Hakwayam. It's like it. Hakwa Mayam. Al Yaka. Nagal. Nagal Payam. Lapun Nayaka. Barak. It's like a Barak. Akkad. Yataza Awa. All Yaka.
Yeah, you're going up to 7.
Wab. Kind of square. Wab Shabai. Washabaya. The Rakium. Washwa. La Panaka. That's 7, sir.
Most High in Christ. We're going to go to the English.
Okay.
Give me a second, though.
No problem. I don't want.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Brother. That's like my thing was acting up.
It's Wab, sir.
Yeah, we like I was saying, we at the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. We're about to get into it. This chapter right here is a special chapter because it pretty much it's a prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Looking at where we at as a nation right now, you know what I'm saying, seeing, you know what I'm saying, our men high on drugs and homeless and living in the streets, eating garbage, you know what I'm saying, selling drugs to each other, killing each other, not showing brotherhood. Our sisters, you know what I'm saying, out in these streets being whores, you know what I'm saying, just dancing on stripper poles for money, you know what I'm saying, and even, you know what I'm saying, selling their body to our oppressor, you know what I'm saying, being looked at, you know what I'm saying, have a nation of people, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we're such in a bad hole that, you know what I'm saying, we have these what's the word I'm looking for, like stereotypes. Yeah, we have these stereotypes against us. Like if you want to portray yourself as a black man, what you gotta do? All you gotta do is sag your pants and paint some tattoos on your face and put a do-rag on. Are you a thug? Or he's a black man. You know what I'm saying? We have these stereotypes. Or if you're a sister, all you gotta do is get some long nails and get some hair or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And dress not modest, dress unappropriate. You know what I'm saying? And act with a little bit of sass. Then you be looked at as a sister. You know what I'm saying? That the gay man acts like I want to say shameful. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a disrespectful. The gay man acts like a disrespectful and shameful black woman. You know what I'm saying? A black woman with no sense. That's where the gay man tries to act like to portray himself as a woman. You know what I'm saying? The white man, when he wants to be cool, he acts like a what? He thinks he's acting like a black man by acting like bad, by acting like a thug, by acting like he doesn't have any sense. These stereotypes were given to us because we are destroyed people. The scriptures say we're destroyed for lack of better knowledge. But what we're about to get into now is why we're destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Why the whole reason why we're a nation of people that's not looked up to and revered by these other nations. The nation of people that's no longer envied. We're a nation that's not desired now, and we're about to get into why. So you can go ahead. We're at the Deuteronomy 28:1. You can start in the English when you're ready.
Come on. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now we're not gonna just let that one pass. So far in these Sabbath classes, we got all the way up to Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? The first 5 books of the Torah, pretty much explaining, you know what I'm saying, the Genesis, the creation of the earth, and then, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites, the start of the Israelites, all the way from Adam down to Israel himself, and then our time in captivity and the Most High getting us out of that captivity in Egypt, because we were slaves in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We built the pyramids. We did all that hard work. We built those sculptures of Pharaoh in the mountains and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We did that. And Pharaoh didn't want to let up. You know what I'm saying? The Most High had to curse Egypt. Just like we praying to the Most High to curse our enemies now in these prayers, that we started in the beginning of Sabbath, that's what we want the Most High to do, curse our enemies now the same way he cursed our enemies when we were in Egypt. And so we got out of Egypt and we made it to the promised land. And before this chapter right here, there were pretty much in the beginning of Deuteronomy, there were rules, you know what I'm saying? There were pretty much things that wouldn't be tolerated in the promised land. That's what Most High was telling Moses to tell to the children of Israel, that certain things wouldn't be tolerated in the promised land. You know what I'm saying? You finally made it. You know what I'm saying? You're out of captivity. You in the land of milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? You here to receive all the blessings the Most High has of you. And you finally here. There's certain things that won't be tolerated. There won't be no whores in this promised land. There won't be no lack of brotherhood in this promised land. There's going to be all following the laws, statutes, and commandments in this promised land. And right here, 28:1, go read that one more time, Baba Kashai.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If thou shalt hearken diligently, that means listen with you know what I'm saying? Be attentive and listen. Not only listen, but take in what you're hearing. Take in what you're hearing from the Most High and keep it with you. Hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High. The voice of the Most High is those laws, statutes, the commandments that were brought out in not only the beginning of Deuteronomy, but also in Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? These laws, statutes, and commandments that make us a wise, understanding people. If you listen to the voice of the Most High and hearken diligently, keep going?
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do some of the commandments.
All his commandments.
To observe and to do the commandments that you own, that you know you can do.
All his commandments.
To observe and to do commandments that you want to do.
All his commandments.
All his commandments. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that separates a righteous man from a wicked man. More of a wicked man that knows the law, statutes, and commandments, that knows of these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like these fake Israelite groups or your Christian pastor. You know what I'm saying? They understand that the law is not done away with because we cut them every time. Shout out to Captain Zariak. We cut them every time. You know what I'm saying? We let it be known that in the I.S.U.P.K. that the laws, statutes, and commandments is not done away with, and we keep all of them. We hearken unto the voice of the Most High. We even keep the least of the commandments. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be least in the kingdom. We don't just keep the commandments that we know is easy to do. We don't say, "Oh, I'm smoking weed, but I know I got a demon on me and I'm fighting." No, fighting the demon is not smoking weed, even though you want to. You know what I'm saying? Fighting the demon is not trying, like convincing yourself to stop slowly. You know what I'm saying? Fighting is not doing it. But yeah, we keep all the commandments to which the Lord told us to. And we'll keep going if we observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
He's gonna, if we do what the Most High says, if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments and hearken unto that voice, then he's gonna set us on high above all nations on the earth. You understand? He's gonna make sure that we're on top. Right now, you see the other nations on top. You see Esau, you see the white man on top. You know what I'm saying? You see these Africans owning the gas or the gas stations or what? Not Africans, but Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? They're owning the gas stations. You know what I'm saying? These Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? They got their own streets and their own neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no homeless Chinese people. And then the white people, the Edomites, so they live in high rises. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Eating Uber Eats, eating steak from Uber Eats every 3 times a day. 3 times a day they eating steak from Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? I know personally, me, when I get Uber Eats, it's a joyous occasion. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm normally eating, you know what I'm saying, whatever I got in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? Sandwiches, a hamburger helper. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for that too, because it's other Israelites that don't get nothing. But these other nations, they're on top right now. And for us to be on top, like the Lord just said, And like also like it says in chapter 7, for us to be above all nations, because that's how the Lord created us. I'm gonna quickly go to chapter 7. If you got anything, go ahead and bring it out. You a priest like me.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly go to chapter 7 because that definitely is a precept on this verse right here. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. You know what I'm saying? We're holy. Holy is comes from the Hebrew word quadash, which means set apart. We are separate people. You know what I'm saying? You might have this group of oranges right here. You know what I'm saying? But these tangerines they're the same orange family, but they different. They set apart from these oranges. These tangerines got a little bit of different flavor to them. You know what I'm saying? Keep these tangerines separate from these oranges because these tangerines are mine. That's how the Lord sees Israelites. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people, like them tangerines. We special unto himself. The Lord only cares about Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. And I'm going to keep going. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Which Israelites are supposed to be above all people on the face of the earth. We're supposed to be in the high rises. If we want a high rises, we're supposed to be in whatever the best of the best there is. We're supposed to have these other nations as our slaves, as our bondmen, doing our work. That's how the Most High wanted it, because of the law, statutes, commandments, because we know how to conduct ourselves and run the earth accordingly. You know what I'm saying? You got anything?
Okay.
No sweat. Yeah, pretty much. These law, statutes, and commandments, they make us the people that are able to run the earth properly. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the scriptures also say the I'm paraphrasing, but when the righteous are in rulership, the earth will rejoice. But when the wicked are in rulership, the earth will mourn. And right now, the wicked are in rulership, man. And the earth is mourning right now. You know what I'm saying? We got pollution in outer space, man. The hole in the ozone layer, pollution in the sea. You know what I'm saying? Global warming is not no natural thing. Global warming is because, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor, who is the devil the Bible speaks of, can't manage the earth properly. You know what I'm saying? He's fracking and digging into the earth. You know what I'm saying? Making the oil come out. He's using the natural resources that keep the earth a solid planet for his abundance. You know what I'm saying? He's doing things to the earth that shouldn't be done. That's because he doesn't have the law, statutes, and commandments. He doesn't know how to do this. He doesn't know what he's doing. But he's on top because why? We didn't do what Deuteronomy 28:1 said. We didn't hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God. We didn't choose to observe and do all his commandments. So the Most High is using the oppressor as a whooping stick for us. And that's what's going to come in later in this chapter, the blessings. But I'm just getting caught up. Salaki, go ahead, continue. You go on verse 2.
Okay. Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much we're going to be on high above all nations, and we're going to receive blessings. And that's what he's about to get into now. Some of the blessings, or the blessings that are going to come upon thee and overtake us. Overtake pretty much means, you know what I'm saying, pretty much take over, just like it says. It's going to be so much blessings that we're going to be overtaken by blessings. It's going to be too much goodness. Not too much, but so much goodness that we're not gonna know what to do with ourselves. We're gonna be like, good night, Tawada, Yahweh. But keep going.
Verse 3. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thine kin, it's like your thine kind,
mm-hmm.
and the flock of thy sheep.
So pretty much we're gonna have abundance of cattle, you know what I'm saying, vegetables and crops, and sheep, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna have abundance of resources. Bless us. We're gonna be in the city and the field. We're gonna be blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be blessed. We were supposed to be for keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We were supposed to have abundance of cattle, so much cattle that, you know what I'm saying, pretty much none of our people are going hungry. You know what I'm saying? There's no people digging out of garbages. None of our brothers and sisters are eating out of garbages. You know what I'm saying? If they don't have enough cattle for themselves, one of their brothers can be like, no sweat, you can have 2 of my cattle. And those two cattle will feed you for a year. And in that year, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna receive these blessings too, because you're my brother. You're gonna get back on your feet. If blessed, we're gonna be. Keep going.
Kind of concept you said that, because when it comes to the blessings, you can definitely tell that we the Lord showed the people, because these are the blessings we're supposed to be getting if we was following the law, statutes, and commandments. But since the majority of us are not following law, statutes, and commandments, we getting, instead of the blessings, we getting the opposite of what it is. So therefore, when it comes to blessing the field, how many farms do you see black people own? How many black-owned farms do we have? And just like you said about the cattle and being able to feed our people, if we had those farms, you said about two cow will feed a family for a year, we'd have an abundance of food for a year. We'd have probably 15, 16 head of cattle. You know what I'm saying? Each farms. If we were following the law, statutes, and commandments, we would have that.
Damn right.
And right now, chicken is so high that 6 wings cost $10.
Damn. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Even
if we had our own farms, if we were if the earth was in righteous rulership, chicken wouldn't cost $10. 6 wings wouldn't cost $10. You know what I'm saying?
A whole chicken will cost $6, if that.
Exactly.
Damn right. It's heavy. If I could, it's heavy what you're saying, because you know it says blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. And what you just said was heavy, because we would be blessed in the field. We would have our own farms. We would have a land, like you see in these rural areas. These farms, this field, these fields are owned by our oppressors, and they're pretty much they have enough land to make crops and livestock for them to eat and to make money off us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go into it later in this chapter. How, you know what I'm saying, we have to go to them for everything. We have to go to them for food, water, clothes, shelter. That's part of the curses. The curses are later. We're probably going to get into the curses next week. We're going over the blessings today because this is a long chapter. But these blessings, us not having farms, us being blessed, we would be blessed in the field. We would have our own land and be able to take care of ourselves, just like this brother just said. And we'd also be blessed in the city. You know what I'm saying? We'd have technology too. We'd be blessed. We'd be blessed in we'd have our own downtown area. You know what I'm saying? We'd have jobs in a metropolitan area for our people, just like it was in
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? We would be making our own money, man. I don't know if there's gonna be currency in the kingdom, but if there is gonna be currency in the kingdom, it's gonna be our currency. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be. It's probably gonna be brotherhood. Just thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be current. The dollar is a way that it's almost a way so that that Americans don't cheat other Americans. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much to escape one person feeling cheated for a service or a barter. In the kingdom, it feels like it's just gonna be brotherhood. Like, if you can't get me now, get me later. I know you got me. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it feels like it's gonna be. But we in the kingdom, we're gonna be. I mean, if we were able, like this brother said, if we were keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, we'd be blessed in the city with our own. You know what I'm saying? Downtown area or metropolitan area, and we'd be blessed in the field. We'd have our own land. We'd have our own farms. You know what I'm saying? We'd have all of that for ourselves. As a nation, people, we have none of that right now. And if we do have some of it, it's very little, so little that we can be oppressed with little what we have. Salaki, that was a good point. Huh? You got anything else?
Oh, kind. Just like you said about being blessed in the city. Yes, we follow Allah's statutes and commandments, we definitely be blessing the city. And just like you said about Black Wall Street, we'll be able to employ our own people in our own community. We wouldn't have to go out to anybody else's community to get work. Like in our community, everyone else employs themselves in our community. Our gas stations are taken up by Elam, just like you said. They got all the chimichangas. They got every place that fries all the chicken is owned by Asian folks, Moab, which is biblical Chinese. And then when it comes to the fields, you see what's going on down there in Florida. Issachar ain't working them fields. The oppressor got to go out there and get some of that slavery done. And I say those fields were owned by Isupk. Isupk be doing their thing, but since they ain't owned by Isupk, Isupk said, "Nah, y'all, you want to treat our people bad? We ain't gonna work your field." You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
So,
yeah, let's get on to it. We really only got to 3-4 verses.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna be like that for today and next week as well, because Deuteronomy 28 is such a. We might be on Deuteronomy 28 for 3 whole Sabbaths. Because we might just have to do that, because it's gonna 3, maybe even 4, because Deuteronomy 28 is such a heavy scripture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, such a heavy chapter. Salakia. But yeah, we had verse 5.
This book of Deuteronomy.
No, go ahead and read verse 4 again.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flock of thy sheep. Verse 5. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Thy basket and thy store. Pretty much like the brother was just saying. We're gonna have businesses and able to employ ourselves, and these businesses we should be able to have businesses, and we should be able to employ ourselves, and we should have so much resources that, you know what I'm saying, when you go to when our people are low on resources and going to shop, it's gonna be easy to get what we want. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be easy to fill up our basket and eat for that night, eat for that week, eat for that month, or eat for that year. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be easy to eat. It's gonna be and in basket and store, you not only buy food. You know what I'm saying? In the store, you buy clothes too. In the store, you buy things that you want also. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be blessed all around that. We're gonna be able to get whatever we want. And it's hard to talk about the blessings and not talk about the curses, because the curses they're coming up. We're definitely gonna get to it, but right now our basket in our store is not blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like this brother just said, we 6 chicken wings. How much these? What did you say?
It was $10.
6 chicken wings cost $10. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think of that right now. Like if I were to eat 6 chicken wings right now, I would still be hungry. And losing $10, you know what I'm saying? $10, man. My phone bill. I know a lot of people's phone bill costs $100, but my monthly phone bill costs $35. Like, I'm a budget type person. I'm being oppressed out here. You know what I'm saying? So $10 is pretty much like a third of my phone bill for six chicken wings, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn this place, man. And on top of that, if you from our generation, you know what I'm saying? I know you remember when the bag of Cheetos used to cost 25 cents. A bag of Cheetos cost that same 25-cent bag. They don't even sell that 25-cent bag no more. Even if it did cost 50 cents, they're not giving you the option to only buy a small bag. The smallest bag costs $1.25. That's the smallest bag of chips. And it's like this big, you know what I'm saying? And you'll get you some chips, but you gotta come out $1.25. Our store and our basket are not blessed. You know what I'm saying? Later in these curses, we're gonna get into how we have, like I was just saying, we go to our. It says in one of all things, we go to our enemies. Like I was bringing out earlier in this service, we have enemies, and these other nations are our enemies. And part of these curses that we're gonna get into, we have to go to our enemies in one of all things. And in nakedness, which means we have to go to our enemies to get clothing for ourselves. And hunger, we have to go to our enemies to get food. And then thirst, we have to go to our enemies to get water to drink. You know what I'm saying? We have, and when we have to go to our enemies, and they know that they're our enemies, they're gonna hit us over the head with taxes. They're gonna charge us whatever they want to charge us to be able to have our commodities. Yeah, to have the things that we need. You know what I'm saying? Come on, they're gonna charge us up the wazoo for this stuff, man. You know, and if I could, I do know that you know, the oppressor he gives things like welfare, food stamps, and rental assistance. Why do you think the oppressor does that? Gives things like welfare and rental assistance and food stamps and WIC. He doesn't give it because the children of Israel are being oppressed and need a hand. That's not why he gives it to us. He gives it to us because that's the only thing that seems fair, because he wants to give it to his people. He wants to give it to other oppressors that need a hand. He wants to give it to other nations that need a hand. But so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he could care less. The only reason we get it is because it's available. It's available for them. And if we say, how come that's not available for us? You know what I'm saying? Didn't we march a Million Man March? And didn't we, you know what I'm saying, do all this civil rights stuff? Didn't we do all that? But the oppressor tries to give the idea that racism doesn't exist. But racism is biblical, man. You know what I'm saying? These have been our enemies since the womb. Jacob and Esau, you know what I'm saying? Jacob, the Esau and Israel, or Esau and Jacob, which name was later changed to Israel. Those are the forefather. Jacob is the forefather of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and Esau is the forefather of all of the white nations, the so-called Edomites, or the so-called white people. Those two nations of people have been enemies since their start, since their ancestors. Go ahead, and
it's heavy to say something about them always trying to convince people that racism doesn't exist. I know everybody know about the Montgomery Brawl. Mm-hmm. So the Montgomery Brawl, the people from the boat. This is that racism definitely exists because they went to the hospital, and when they got to the hospital, they seen that it was nothing but brown faces, nothing but blacks, Hispanics, Native, many people there, and they called the cops and told that it's nothing but N-words here, and the cops had to tell them that, well, if you don't want to get served, you can go ahead and leave. So yeah, racism definitely exists, and it doesn't matter whether they try to say it doesn't or not, because they the ones who are oppressing everyone. They're the ones where the racism comes from. Because, and it's funny, like you said about the stores, because we don't own any of these stores. So therefore, when any of this money comes out of our community and going to these stores, it don't circulate in our community. It goes straight to their community, puts all their kids through college, gets all their kids homes and cars and stuff like that.
Damn right.
That's right there in itself. They make sure that all our resources are drained, and they keep them. And just like you said about the welfare, we only get it because they needed to give it to their poor whites. Mm-hmm. That's why. That's the only reason we get it. And if we could raise hell about not being able to get something.
We definitely will raise hell. And that's heavy you said too, what you said at first, because the racism definitely exists. And if one of the reasons, not the main reason, but just one of the reasons that racism still exists and it's hidden. The reason that racism is hidden is so that they can make more money off us. The oppressor wouldn't be able to make as much money as he makes off of us if racism was out in the open. You know what I'm saying? You think little kids would be buying Louis Vuitton if they knew that Louis Vuitton hated their guts and one of them dead? Or the person, what's his name? Donatella Versace? I don't know who the people. I guess his name is Louis Vuitton. But yeah, you think people will be spending their money? People will be spending. People do now try to buy black and try to keep money in their community, but it's too hard, you know. And people want McDonald's, people want Burger King. You know what I'm saying? People think it's easy to access, and people also think, you know what I'm saying, Burger King is here for me. Burger King is helping me out. Burger King is helping themselves out, man. The owner of Burger King, he knows he's putting that that little restaurant in your hood and charging you for them cheap ass them cheap patties, them cheap burgers. He's charging you, he's hitting you over the head for them little cheap burgers. And he's making money over. He's making so much money that he has farms. Like we were saying in the beginning, the owner of Burger King has multiple farms to supply his chain of restaurants. So he can continue making money off Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Their store and their basket is blessed right now. But I'm gonna say this. Their store and their basket is blessed not because the Most High loves them. The Most High does not have any love for these other nations. The Most High is really just using them to show us what we could have had, and not only what we could have had, but just a taste of what we could have had, because we're supposed to have so much more than what they have now. But for not following the law, statutes, and commandments, they're our whipping stick now. They're supposed to be on top. But yeah, like you said earlier, Salakia, for getting on too much of a tangent. But yeah, the oppressor, he makes racism hidden so he can make money off of us, man. Like he don't want us to. He don't want them to know that. He don't want us to know that he hates us, our heart. He has a perpetual hatred for us. Because if we knew that, then we try to separate. The same way Christ told us to separate from the ways of this world. You know what I'm saying? The disciples told us to separate, to be not of this world. Because if we are of this world, we are not of our Father. But yeah, where are we at? We only read 7.
Verse 7. So one more thing. So would you say that the oppressor tries to use, when he tries to hide the resistance of racism, would you say he would use this classism stuff and say, oh, it's not racism, it's just a classism thing?
Damn right.
That's heavy. You got this, we got that.
Go ahead, bring it out.
So basically, so like if he says he has middle class, got low class, got high class, and whatnot, that's basically an easy way for him to pretend that racism doesn't exist. He'll just try to say it's a different class of people and things like that. But if you were to take all the oppressors that are in all the different classes of people, the so-called classes of people, and ask them would they want to be treated the way Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians be treated, none of them would. And you ask them all to stand up, none of them would stand up. So how would you try to say that it's just classism when it's only our people the ones who've been treated like this? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And what you're saying is heavy, because remember when they try to put labels on the way that they treat us, like just like what was it called, critical race theory? You know what I'm saying? Like they try to just get out. They try to just get out of the fact that they're oppressing us, that they're killing us. You know, so that they don't love us. That not as far as that they don't love us, but that they hate us. They try to sideswipe that. So when our children go to their schools, it's a law. Isn't it a law for our children to go to their schools? You know what I'm saying? I know that's how it was in Chicago. In Chicago, when I was coming up,
they'll call CPS on you.
If you wasn't going to school, you know what I'm saying, you were in danger of being taken away from your family. You know what I'm saying? And what do they teach you in school? They teach you to goddamn say the American flag. What's that shit? Salakia.
Salakia, sir. The Pledge of Allegiance.
The Pledge of Allegiance. They teach you to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. That's what they teach you in these schools. They teach you that the white man, you know what I'm saying, was a hero for starting America, and that the white man is a hero for building the country up the way he did. When really, you know what I'm saying, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans built this country. All blood, sweat, and tears. They were forced to build this country. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all they wanted to do was show brotherhood. But what they should have been doing is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. They should have been listening to their God, their power. Because if they did that, there would never be no build America. You know what I'm saying? But this country will fall. Babylon, this is modern day Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Babylon pretty much means confusion. That's what Babylon means. And just like Babylon failed in ancient in the history and the scriptures, the land of confusion today, the land of, you know what I'm saying, being able to be called whatever you want to be called. You can identify as a gerbil, a man, a boy, a girl. Even if you born a man, you could identify as a girl. You can identify as a they, he, she, they, him, what. I don't know what you can identify. A squirrel, a Z, a letter. You can identify as a letter. You can identify as whatever you want to identify. You can even make love and marry a tree. You can marry whatever you want. This is a land of confusion. And the Most High is not the author of confusion, which is why the Most High is going to crumble this place, man. This place will be humbled. But yeah, heavy point. That's a heavy point. Let's get back to the scriptures so we can hurry up and get back into the Hebrew.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 7 in the English. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
I can't let that one just go. Nope. I can't let that one go. Like we gonna be on this for a little while longer, because that scripture right there is so heavy. Like if we hearken to the Most High's voice and keep His law, statutes, and commandments, all of His law, statutes, and commandments, it's like you. All of His laws, statutes, and commandments. If we keep all of them, then not only we're gonna be blessed in the city, blessed in the field, but our enemies are gonna be smitten. What we pray for now, what we prayed for in Egypt, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Just for keeping the laws, our enemies are gonna be smitten, man. Our enemies are gonna flee. It's not gonna be no getting shot down. Our people getting shot down by the cops. It's not gonna be no getting pulled over and worry that you'll never see your family again. It's not gonna be no sex trafficking. It's not gonna be none of that, man. It's not gonna be. Our enemies are not gonna know. We can't touch them. Stay away from them. If we go up to them, we damn near gonna be in slavery. So we gotta stay in our little clefts, stay in our hills, stay in our mountaintops, stay in our what's it called, caves. Yeah, we're gonna stay in our caves and stay away from them. We don't want no smoke with the Israelites. Because their power, their God is going to smite us. The God that created everybody is their God. And we don't stand a chance against him. And so that's why we're not going to mess with his people. They know that there are enemies, but they choose to bully us around now because our power is not smiting them. You know what I'm saying? That they can do whatever they want to us. They can feed us poison. They can kill us in these streets. They can push these agendas on us that'll change our households. You know what I'm saying? They can push these gay agendas on us to make our boys and girls grow up and be alternative lifestyles. So they can pretty much they can push the agenda of thugs and whores to our children through music. They can pretty much hypnotize us into killing ourselves. And I'm not talking about literally with the drugs and the guns that they put in our communities, but they can hypnotize us to doing it, you know what I'm saying, long term, just by them stereotypes that I was talking about earlier. They can hypnotize blacks and Hispanics to hate blacks and Hispanics. You know, they are enemies, but they're not gonna stand a chance if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Our power is gonna smite them. You know what I'm saying, put the whooping stick that he has on us on them, and they're gonna know their place. You had anything on that?
It's heavy what you said about hypnotizing us into hating each other, because they kind of did that, and it definitely kind of worked a little bit, because a lot of our folks still run around here talking about they got ops and stuff. We not each other ops. We each other ox.
Damn
we
right.
Supposed to be each other ox.
Get that a hand.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Get that a hand.
That's what who we supposed to be.
That should be a shirt. I'm not your op. I'm your op. I'm gonna feed that to the department.
Garment department.
That's the garment department. Yeah, that's a good point, because we are killing each other. Even gangs started to protect our communities from these so-called oppressors. You know what I'm saying? They were just they were like pretty much neighborhood watches almost. You know what I'm saying? But But the Amalekite man, you know what I'm saying, the Jewish man changed this gang culture into a violent culture against our own people. So now red people, Akim wearing red is trying to kill Akim wearing blue. And not only that, but Akim that are black, you know what I'm saying, don't even see Akim that are Hispanic as they brothers. You know what I'm saying? They're ops. Everybody's ops. You know, they hypnotized us, man. Good point. Yeah, we're gonna get back into the Hebrew now, right?
Come on.
Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully, go ahead, Slack.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Watazawa, Yahweh, Athaka, Atha, Habaraka, Ba'a Samayaka. It's like Ba'a Samayak. Yeah, Ba'a Samayaka. Wabakal, Mashallah. It's like Mashalak. Yadaka. It's like Waba Raka. Rabaraka. Ba'arataza. Ashar. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Nathan. Laka.
Yeah, you got it. You want 9.
Verse 9. Wakwa Yamaka. Wakwa Yamak. Wakwa Yamak. Yahweh. Lawa. La'ain. Quadayash. Quadawash. Ka'ashar. Nashabai. Laka. I says lock.
I honestly don't know which way to do it. I say lock. I look up sometimes too.
Come. Kaya. More. Atha. Mataza Wath. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Wahalak. Wahal Katha. Wahalakath. Bada Rock Yawa. Verse 10. Wara Awa. Call. Imaya. Ha'aratza. Kaya. Sham. Yahweh. Nakwa Ra'ah. Aliyaka. Wayar Awa. Wayara Awa. Maka.
Oh, my bad. You had it right. Wayar Awa.
Verse 11. Wahawath Raka. Yahweh. Lata Waba. Watawaba. Ba Paria. Ba Thanaka. Batanaka. Waba Paria. Wabaparia. Okay. Ba Ha Mathuk
Mm-hmm.
Waba Paria Ada Mathaka Ada Mathaka.
And I kind you got about a trick. A trick that I recently just found out, or just I came to understand was, you know how the word that you're reading starts with a ba or a ma.
Kind.
That's a prefix. Like that first letter is a prefix. So you say you put a strong emphasis on that ba,
Ba.
and then you sound out the rest of the word the way it's supposed to sound.
Kind. The water. Water.
Let me switch.
I'll. Ha the ma. Ashar. Nashabai. Yahweh. La ab la ab thayak. La ab thayaka.
That's one of them. La is
La.
the prefix. La abathiaka.
La abathiaka.
You said it perfect.
Kan la abathiaka. The water. La thatha. No, la thaf.
Yeah, la thath.
La ka. Verse 12.
You say lock. Laka. You said it.
Kan la ka.
So,
Yapathak. Yahweh. La ka. Atha. Awa. Taza. Rawa. Ha. Tawab.
mm-hmm.
Atha. Hashemayim.
Mm-hmm.
Lathath. Matar. Arata Zak. Ba'ai Thawa. Wa La Darak.
Wallah.
Wala the rock.
Wallah barak.
Slaki Wala Barak. Atha. Call. Ma'aisha. Yadaga. Wahal. Slaki Wahal.
Wahala what?
Wahala wa yath.
Mm-hmm.
Ga wayam. Rabayam. Wa'ath the la'ah. The lawa. Verse 13. Wana the naka. Wanathayaka.
Mm-hmm. Wanathika. Wanath naka.
Wanath naka. Yahweh. La ra'ash. Wala'ah. La zanab. Waha yayatha. Rapa. Look, Wakwa.
You got it. My bad.
La ma'ai la'a.
Ma'ila.
La ma'aila. La ma'aila. La wa wala'ah. Thahaya.
Mm-hmm.
Lamata.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya. Fashamai. Al. Mataza. Wath. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Ashar. Anaka. Mataza. Waka. Hayawam. Lashamar. Wala Wala I Shawath. Verse 14. Wala I Tha Sawar.
Mm-hmm.
Makal Hada Barium. Hada Barium.
Mm-hmm.
Ashar. Anaka. Anakia. Mataza Wa'ah. Mataza Wa. Afkam. Afkam. Hayawam. Yam Mayam.
Yamyan.
Yamyan. Yamyan. Ka. Yamyan.
You don't learn about that one.
Ka. Wawa Slaki. Washamai. Washamawa. 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 La Lakath. Akar. Akaharia. Akaria. Alahayim. Ak Rayum. Akarium. La'ai Badam.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
That's 7, sir.
All time credits. We're gonna get back into the English, verse 8.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 8 in English. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Mm-hmm. Our storehouses, like I was saying, we had all our resources in abundance. You know what I'm saying? We'd have pretty much like you know how Walmart has the warehouses with the TVs in the back of it and you know what I'm saying, all the goods in the back. We'd have that for our nation only. You know what I'm saying? We'd have warehouses full of goods and clothing and crops, special warehouses for crops and livestock. You know what I'm saying? Not livestock, but food, pretty much like meats and whatnot, butcher shops or whatever. But we pretty much have storehouses of resources. We'd have resources in abundance, man. We wouldn't be at the point where we're hungry, man. We'd have everything. We'd have more than we could ever even want. Keep going. If you had anything, you can. Keep going.
Verse 9. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandment of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways.
Mm-hmm. Got anything? I know you got something on that. Lie, no sweat. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back to that. That's Deuteronomy 7:6 again, because it sounds just like it. Like pretty much he's saying, go ahead, read it one more time, Baba Kashai.
Verse 9. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself.
Pretty much the Most High is gonna make it known that we're his children. Right now, because we're not hearkening to the laws of not hearkening to the voice of the Most High, it's not apparent that we're the Most High's children. When I first heard about the truth, it was all new to me. I didn't know that blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans were God's chosen people, because so long have I known that so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans were people that were just lived destroyed lives, people that were oppressed, people that were killed and not even mourned after. You know what I'm saying? People that were pretty much mocked. A nation like it says in Zephaniah, a nation not desired. We weren't a people. Yeah, we're the salt of the earth. Yeah, we made America what it is. We have the smartest people, the hardest workers, the most talented athletes and musicians. You know what I'm saying? The best food. We're the salt of the earth. We bring flavor to everything. but at the same time, we not desired. You know what I'm saying? We out here in these slums, man, and these ghettos and barrios killing each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't in the sight of in the whole macroscopic view of the earth, blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, we it don't look like we amount to much, man. It looked like we're the people that pretty much no, well, I'm not gonna say it don't look like we're the blot of the world, because we do make the world what it is. We are the salt of the earth. But like I was saying, those stereotypes, pretty much if you ask a regular person on the street, what are some things that make a black man black, they're gonna tell you some trifling things, man. They're gonna tell you some things like that shouldn't be described as a black person. You know what I'm saying? But this the Most High is gonna make it so that we are established as a holy people, a set apart people unto Himself. The Most High, if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, not only did He say in the verse before that He's gonna smite our enemies, but He's gonna make it known that we are the special people. You know what I'm saying? These other nations are gonna be smitten for stepping up to us, and they're gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Those are God's chosen people. Those people right there, those black and Hispanics people. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that God favors, and that's what it says throughout this whole Bible, man. Throughout this whole, I know in the Sabbath we only read the first 5 books of the Bible, but throughout the whole Bible, it pretty much talks about how Israel is the chosen people of God, how God only, you know what I'm saying, reveres these select people. He only cares about the Israelites, man. He is the God of Israel, you know what I'm saying? But He's gonna whoop us if we don't listen to Him. That's our Father. It's just like if a father in today's setting, if a father has a house and he has a son in that house, and he expects the son to do certain things in the house, then when the son does those things, the father is going to reward the son. The father is going to buy him Nikes. The father is going to buy him PlayStation and buy him good food. But if he doesn't do them things, why does the father got to go out of his way to reward the son? The father's damn near going to punish the son. If that son is not cleaning up his room, not getting good grades, if that son is not doing any of the chores that the father expects him to do, then the father is not going to buy him Nikes, and the father is not going to buy him PlayStations. The father is going to get belt, and the father is going to whoop him. And that's what we're going through right now. You know, so the Most High is our Father, and we're not listening to Him. We still out here eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We still out here celebrating birthdays. We still out here barbecuing for the 4th of July, celebrating Christmas and Halloween. You know what I'm saying? We still out here living alternative lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? We still out here following the ways of our oppressor, not showing brotherhood to each other. We're not doing anything as a nation that these scriptures are telling us. So that's why we in the whooping stick. That's why you see in George Floyd's. That's why you see in Trayvon Martin's and Fernando Castile. That's why you seeing these people getting unalived by the police. But it ain't gonna be no our people getting unalived when we are, what is it? The established as a holy people unto Himself. If you got something, you could go ahead and bring it out, or you could finish that verse.
Established as a holy people unto Himself, as He has sworn unto thee, if you shall keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in His ways. Walk in His ways. Mm-hmm. Do what He wants you to do.
Damn right.
Treat each other with brotherhood and follow His commandments. That's it.
Mm-hmm. That's what Christ said to do, right? The 2 great commandments. Love the Most High with all your heart and soul. I'm paraphrasing, but love the Most High with all your heart, mind, and soul, and then love your neighbor as you love yourself. Those are the 2 great commandments that our King, the most righteous man that ever walked this earth, said to us and laid upon us. Those 2 things. If we do those 2 things as a nation, then we're gonna be set above high above all nations of the earth. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, these storefronts filled with resources like these scriptures are saying. We're gonna have our enemies smitten. So we're gonna be blessed in the city. We're gonna be blessed in the field. We're gonna have These blessings will overtake us. All we gotta do is listen to our Father. All we gotta do is clean up the kitchen. That's all we gotta do. Keep going, Bible Kashaf.
Okay. Verse 10. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee.
Just like I was saying, they're gonna be afraid of you, man. These other nations, they're not gonna want to step to you. They're gonna say, "Oh, those are God's chosen people." I'm just gonna stay in my little cave and mind my own business. I don't want no smoke with them. You know what I'm saying? Those are God's people, and that's the same God that created me and this cave. So I know my place. I'm not gonna mess with his set apart people, his holy people. You can keep going.
Okay. Verse 11. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruits of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee.
Mm-hmm. Generations upon generations of our people are gonna be living in abundance. Just like the Edomite is still living lavishly. You know what I'm saying? He got his sons and his sons' sons and his sons' sons' sons are all set. You know what I'm saying? With their wealth, that their time is gonna come to an end. You know what I'm saying? But the way that they're set up with generations upon generations, all gonna be well taken care of. That's how it's supposed to be for us. So our sons and our sons' sons and our sons' sons are all gonna have the same abundance of resources and I want to say wealth, but they're just gonna money is not even supposed to be a thing with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have everything we want, and we're not gonna need money because we're gonna have so much goods and food and whatnot. We're not gonna need to buy anything, but our all of our generations will have it. You can keep going.
Verse 12. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasures. It's like his good treasure. The heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
Right there. It's pretty much that's a heavy one right there, because thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. You know what I'm saying? And in the I.S.U.P.K, when we do these food drives, you know what I'm saying? It's oppressors, it's devils that come up to us. Say, can I have some food? And we give them the food. We don't turn them away. You know what I'm saying? We not going to devil neighborhoods and trying to specifically feed the devils or the oppressors, the Edomites. We're not specifically trying to feed Edomites, but we're not turning Edomites away when they ask us for food. We eat. That's how you know that when the righteous are in rulership, the earth will rejoice, because we're gonna lend unto many nations. They're gonna be our slaves when we need work to be done, because we are the nation that's on top, that's ruling everything. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna lend unto them if they need it. If they need some lawful food to eat, we're gonna give them chicken feet while we eat the chicken breast, of course. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give them the chicken toenails. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give them the slave food that's lawful. They gave us the unlawful slave food, and we still stuck eating them our unlawful slave food. Black people think chitlins is a delicacy now, but we're gonna lend unto them nations, and it says we shall not borrow. We're not gonna need them to give anything to us. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna need no welfare. We're not gonna need that no WIC or no EBT. We're not gonna need EBT. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of our own people. We're gonna be good. We're not gonna need to borrow anything. And it also says that bless all of the work of thine hand. You know what I'm saying? When we do put our hands to something, it's gonna be blessed. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good work done. Like if we making garments or something, it's gonna be like it's gonna be way better than Louis Vuitton. It's gonna have the spirit of the Lord on it. You can keep going.
Verse 13, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. Verse 14, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left hand, to the left, to go after other gods to serve them.
All right, that's a heavy one too. Not only does it say multiple times that we have to keep all of the commandments that he gives us this day, but right there in verse 14, it says, we shall not go aside from any of the words which he command thee. That means don't bring our own flavor to the scripture. If it says give 10% of your earnings to the priest, you know what I'm saying? You don't give 5% of the first check and then give 5% on your next check, or you give the first 10% up. You don't put your own swing on things. You don't give 5%, pay your bills, and if you have the last 5% finish up, you give that 10% up, and then you you do whatever you gotta do with what you got left. You don't put your own flavor on the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You keep the law, statutes, commandments exactly how they were said to be kept. And also it says not to worship any other gods. You know what I'm saying? What's celebrating Christmas?
Worshiping Nimrod.
Worshiping Nimrod. They're not supposed to be worshiping no other gods, no other form, shape, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be doing none of that stuff. You're not supposed to follow into the ways of your oppressor, man. You have your own culture. You have your own law, statutes, and commandments. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. You have your own God. Listen to him. And he's gonna do on for you what he says he's gonna do on for you. He's gonna do for you what he's always done for us, man, and look out for us. But if we not listening to him, like I said, he's not gonna buy us that our Father's not gonna buy us PlayStations and Nikes if we not cleaning the kitchen. We got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We got to do our part so we can be set above high upon our nation. I don't know about you, but I want my enemies smiting. I don't want to have to go to work and have to talk to a white man like talk to the oppressor like yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full, sir. I don't want to have to do that because just so I can have a roof over my head. I don't like doing that. And then on top of that, the oppressor's gonna look down upon you and treat you in any type of way. He's gonna put extra work on your plate and know that you're gonna have to do it, or else you're gonna be homeless and hungry. I don't like that. That's my enemy, man. I want my enemy smiting, and I want my enemy afraid of me. And that's what the Most High said he's gonna do for us, man. He's gonna make our enemies afraid of us. All we gotta do is come together as a nation and keep these laws, man. You got anything out?
Nah.
No sweat. We gotta go back to the Hebrew.
Back to the Hebrew.
All right, Most High in Christ.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15 in the Hebrew. YAHANNA la'ah tashamai bakawal Yahweh al-Hayaka la shamar la'ai shawaf atha called Mataza watha yawa
Matazawathia.
Matazawathia wa.
No sweat. I'm gonna continue for the brother. So we left off at Matazawath Yawa, Wahakwath Yawa, Ashar, Anakia, Matazawaka, Hayawam, Wabaawa, Alayak, Call, Hakwal, Lawath, Ha'ala, Wahashiyat, Wahasha Yagawak. Verse 16. Rawar Ata Ba'ayar Wa'ar Wa'arawar Slaki Wa'arawar Ata Bashada. Verse 17. Arawar Tana'ak Wamash Arathaka. Verse 18. Arawar Parya Batanak. Wow.
18 or not.
18. We at Waparia.
Waparia. Adamathak. Shagar. All Lapa Wak. All Lapa Yak. I Shaf.
Ashatar.
Roth. Ashatar Roth.
Ashatar.
Wath.
It's not your Wath. Ashatar Wath.
Wayashatar Wath. Taza'a Naka. Verse 19. Arawa. Atha. Baba Afka. Baba Ak. Wa'ar Rawa. Atha. Bataza Afka. Verse 20. Sha'ak. Yashalak. Yahweh. Baka. Atha. Hama'ara. Atha. Hama. Hawa. Hamahawama.
Mahawama.
Ma'awama. Wa'ath. Hama Ga'ai Roth. Hamaga'ai Roth.
Hamaga'ai Roth. Yeah, you got it.
Hamaga'ai Roth. Bakal. Mashallah. It's like a mashalak. Yadaka. It's like a yadak. Ashar. Tha'aisha. Ad. Aid. Hash. Madaka.
Ha-shamaraka.
Ha-shamaraka.
Remember, say the first letter is the prefix. So ha, then you say shamaraka.
Ha-shamaraka. Wa-aid.
Now, not always.
Come.
But yeah.
Barak. Mahar. Mapanya. Ra'ai. Ma'al. Layak. Ashar. Al-Taza.
Nope.
It's like Aza. Bath. Naya. Azabathnia. Verse 21. Yadabak. Yahweh. Baka. Atha. Hadabar. Ad. Aid. Kakoth. It's like Kalathawa. Athaka. Ma'al. Ha'adama. Ashar. Atha. Ba'a. Shammai. It's like a Shema. Shema. La Rashtaya. La Rashta.
Most High in Christ.
That's all of them, huh?
That's all of them. We're going to get back into the English. We have verse 15, right?
Kind of.
Now we have right now what we're about to begin is the curses. We only got a little bit of time left today, so we're gonna finish up. We're not gonna be able to get too much into the curses, but we're gonna start it off for next week. So go ahead when you're ready.
First, this is Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15, in the English. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
I gotta have you read that one more time. So it's before you go, it says, "But it shall come to pass if thou will not hearken." On verse 1, it says, "If you do listen, that's with all those blessings." Now it shall come to pass if thou will not hearken. Go ahead, start from the top.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass that if thou will not hearken,
if you don't listen, keep going,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
If you don't observe and do all of his commandments, if you just do some of the commandments, if you do none of the commandments, if you do the commandments that you only want to do and not all of them, if that happens, then keep going.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And all of these curses from verse 15 to verse 68, pretty much about 40 verses full of curses. All of those curses are going to overtake us. It's like the blessings are going to overtake us if we do listen, then the curses are going to come if we don't listen. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about these curses is that we're going to get into some of them now. I'm not going to be able to go too much into them, but these curses define us as a people, man. These curses are pretty much are so prophetic, because exactly what it's saying is going to happen if we don't listen is what's happening to us as a nation now for so-called blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans. But go ahead, we're going to have to finish it. We can't do too much.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Verse 17. Cursed shalt be thy basket and thy store.
Yep.
Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flock of thy sheep.
So curse is going to be in the city and in the field and in our stores and in our baskets. We're going to be cursed. We're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to save up and resources and crops and food and goods and whatnot. We're not going to be able to have these things in our abundance. We're going to be cursed. These things are going to become far and few between. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be cursed out here in the city and in the field. We're not gonna have our own land. We're gonna be cursed, and we're not gonna. Curse is gonna be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land. We're not gonna be able to produce enough food for all of us. Some of us are gonna be, you know what I'm saying, eating out of garbages and living on the street. Keep going.
Verse 19, cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
You know that feeling when you got to get up and go to work in the morning? When you get up and go ready to go out, you're going to have that feeling. Another hard day where I got to watch my back from all these oppressors, and I got to work hard in this captivity just to be able to survive. And then you're gonna have that same feeling when the day is over, when you're coming in at the end of the day, because you know you got to do the same thing tomorrow, and you don't know when the days are going to be up like that. You're going to be cursed for your days. Keep going to the next one.
Verse 20, the Lord shall send upon thee cursings, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of thine wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
That's the one thing about the Lord, man. Just like your mama used to say, I brought you in this world, I could take you out. Sometimes your mama or your father didn't mean that. Sometimes your mama knew that they weren't going to take you out. They were just saying that. But the Most High God, he'll take you out for real, because he'll replace you. He tried to do it. He did it before multiple times. He did it with the flood. He flooded the whole world except for 8 people, Noah and his family. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to do it again with the people that Moses is talking to right here, the Israelites of this time. These Israelites in this time were so hard-headed that the Lord wanted to wipe all of them out and just make Moses the new forefather of the nation. The Most High will. He definitely did create. He definitely can take us out, which is why he has no problem punishing us, putting this whip to our behind now for not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Because we being wicked, man. We have the blueprint set upon us, but we want to do our own thing. We want to do the ways of the oppressor. We want to do what our Father is not telling us to do. So of course we're gonna be cursed. But keep going. We don't got a lot of time. Keep going, my book of shot. We got one last verse.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make thee pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it.
That should put fear in your heart, man. The Most High, fearing the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. So knowing that the Most High could kill us off just for not listening to him, it makes me want to listen to him. I don't know about you. It should make you want to listen to him. But you have from verse 15 all the way to verse 68 full of curses. And those curses get more detailed too. They define us as a people. You know what I'm saying? They talk about slavery. They talk about how we what we going through now. They talk about how we have to go to our oppressors just to get water. They talk about how our children we long for our children. We lose our children to the oppressor, and we're bondmen and bondwomen, and we'll be bought from no other people. The things that we're going through now as a nation are being brought out in these curses. So that's why that helps us understand that we are the Lord's chosen people, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. But also it has to get us to understand that there's no other way than to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, all of them, or else we're gonna suffer as a people. And I don't want to see my people suffer. I don't want to suffer. But yeah, you got anything?
That's it, son.
No sweat. Go ahead and highlight where we at? 21?
Come.
We're gonna highlight 21. We gotta start back off on verse 21. We'll finish up these curses next week. You know what I'm saying? And with that, we're gonna close out. So imadium, which means to stand. I'm not gonna fill the cup up this time. Slacky about that.
Yashala.
Layashala. Close the scroll. We're gonna close out with the prayers. Sar, which means turn. Damn.
Hold on. Sure.
I'll let it in. Salakia, Israel. So we're gonna get into these prayers. Sar, which means turn. Face east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Habanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shabbat.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shimka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Batizayaka.
Batizayaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratiza.
Baratiza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashai.
Bashemayim.
Atalanawa.
Latalanawa.
Lakam.
Lacham.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Waslaknawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kabawasnawa.
Kaslaknawa.
Kaslaknawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kawazinawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Taba'aynawa.
Taba'aynawa.
Balasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashaynawa.
Hawashaynawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Wahata Para.
Wahata Parath.
La'alamim.
La'awalamim.
Aman.
Aman. In the English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth as it is in heaven.
in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry. Turn to face the front. Sisters Yeshavian, which means to sit. We're going to salute the Torah. Should we just do it up here?
Come.
Okay. We're going to salute the Torah. All right. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakiyah. All right. Most High in Christ. We give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah, Yadi Matah. Sisters Amadia. Sarah, turn and praise the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadia Shabbat. Amadia. Brock. Yahweh Shema Alatam Ba'ashim Yahusha. Yadi Matah. Dismiss.